Welcome. I am Jason, I play as Nosajus, and this is Dark Souls 3. We're gonna play a new game.
Hi, baby.
Yes, indeed. It is called
Lothric.
where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge.
We're going to the store first.
I know she got this.
In venturing
She
north,
got
the
I don't
pilgrims discover the truth of the
I
old
don't
ways.
that too. I don't that too.
The fire
I don't
fades,
got this.
and the lords go without thrones.
The fire fades and the lords go without thrones. Are they meant to rekindle the fire? These lords of cinder. Poor turtle girl.
When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls,
The bell tolls.
unearthing the old Lords of Cinder from their graves.
Lords of cinders wake up when the bell tolls. This jerk.
Aldrich, saint of the deep. Farron's undead legion,
The Abyss Watchers. Guardians of the Abyss. And the biggest gimmick fight to date.
profaned capital.
The profane capital.
Yom the giant.
Yum, the giant. How long do you think it took to make that chainmail? He is cool looking though.
Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones.
The lords abandoned their thrones? Question mark. A firekeeper. Blinded.
And the unkindled will rise.
The unkindled ash arises.
Nameless, accursed undead.
Accursed feeble
Thought
one.
even to be cinder.
There he is. We get a glimpse of him.
So it is that ash seeketh ember.
He is dragging unworthy undead and tossing them into a cemetery of ash. Alright. I am Nosajus, and we are going to play Dark Souls 3 on PlayStation 4. So, let's get after it. Nosajus. Male. Let's do male. I think I want to be a female pyromancer next run. This run's primarily going to be strength. Knight starts with, decent amount of strength. Mercenary. Dexterity. Warrior. Axe wielding. Herald. A spear. Looks more like a partisan. Thief has the quick step. Assassin. Thrusting weapon. Sorcery is your magic. Pyromancer is your fire. Cleric is your miracles. I started as a cleric when I first played. And Deprived is your naked with a club. A lot of people choose this to have more of a challenging run. We're gonna go with Knight. Burial gift. They always get a gift when you start Dark Souls. Life Ring adds to your HP. Divine Blessing is a cure. Hitting Blessing is a mana restore. Black Fire Bomb is a bomb of fire. Fire Gem, I guess, is for pyromancy to help you infuse fire to your weapon. Souls are just souls, money. Rusted Gold Coin is item discovery. Cracked Red Eye Orb is to invade. And a Young White Branch is a gift, offering a feast. A feast! We are going to go Black Fire Bombs. Fire Gem. Gold Coin. We're going to go Black Fire Bombs. A lot of people like to make crazy characters and all this nonsense. It's never been... I never care enough. That looks good to me. Alright, Dark Souls 3. A lot faster than previous Souls games. I think it's got a little Bloodborne in its DNA. The enemies are definitely very fast and will spam attacks on you. The new thing about this game is something called weapon arts. It's a particular stance each weapon has that uses your mana bar. Pretty cool. It's for guard breaking and unique attacks. We see that we have been tossed into this ash pile, or we are waking up from this ash pile. We are no longer undead, chosen undead. We are unkindled ash. From the bottoms of the pits, basically. Cemetery of Ash. So this is Dark Souls 3. And these right here, I'm playing offline. So these are developer messages. The first area is always tutorial. It tells you control camera, tells you how to play the game. So pretty straightforward. Your shoulder buttons, L1 or R1 is attack, R1 attack. Spam R1. What I like is the longsword, which I'm using, has a thrust attack, so R2, thrust. And what's cool about Dark Souls 3, hold R2 for a charged attack. You notice the top left corner, red bar, health, blue bar, mana, green bar, stamina. Dark Souls is all about stamina management, so you can swing as much as you can, and when you're out, you cannot... Left shoulder button, block with your shield. L2, parry. You can parry attacks. Now, the parry timing's a little quicker in this game. It's a little difficult. Not as easy as Dark Souls 1, and it's not as impossible as in Dark Souls 2. What's unique about shields, though, is you see, here's the shield right here. It's got a little circle on it. That means it can parry. If it had a little cross on it, that means it can do the weapon arts. So the weapon arts, I actually have to two-hand and then L2. And this is the stance. This longsword has a stance for my weapon arts. And if I hit R1, R2, those are my attacks. R1, a nice little guard break. See how it used my blue mana? R2, a longer one. So pretty cool, but right now I have to go from shield, two-hand, L2 to get to it. There are shields where you can go right to it. Two-handing used to be awesome. I don't think it matters as much in this game. Let's see here. Longsword, a balanced, widely used standard straight sword, inflicts reliable standard damage as well as high thrust damage. Knight shield. That's a long sword and the knight shield. Orthodox shields of a kind commonly used. Orthodox shield of a kind commonly used by low-ranking knights. Medium shields are the most average of shields, providing a practical balance of damage, absorption, stability, and weight. So when you're looking at shields, you want to look at not getting rid of what you're trying to do. Health is this side. Okay, so you have two rows here. Attack power, so this is what you attack with your shield. But you don't want to attack with your shield unless you have a certain shield to do that. Guard. So physical. My shield right now can block 100% physical. That means if I get hit with an attack, it's going to block it. It only takes stamina, which stability is that factor. 48 stability. So everything else is, magic, light, and dark, stuff like that. But you want a good physical shield if you're going to use a shield. I have the knight attire on. Armor of a lowly knight fashioned from a solid iron. This iron armor might be on the heftier side compared to others of its ilk, but as such offers great physical absorption in exchange for imposing weight. Do not think to wear this without necessary vitality. So right now, up at the top right, I have my equipment load, and then I have a weight ratio, 60%. If you're under 70, you have a good roll. If you're over 70%, you have a fat roll. I think it's under 50, but I might be wrong. It might be lower. You have the fastest roll. But we're good at 70, so we're going to keep that. And speaking of roll, your roll, here's your first enemy. Your roll in Dark Souls is circle. I messed that up. So your circle roll is your iframes, your invincibility frames. Somebody can swing right on you. Well, he just missed that time. But if you circle while being attacked, you are invincible. So that's the key to Dark Souls is use your roll, that's a back step, use your roll to not get hit. So you want your roll to be as fast as possible. This is a little back way to get a soul. So the souls are money. The counter is down on the bottom right of the screen. Used to acquire souls. Soul found in a deserted corpse. Used to acquire souls. Let the Firekeeper transform the sovereignless soul into a source of strength. For to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. So my goal is to acquire souls and level up and use them to buy things. And so this is an important item coming up. Let's try to parry this guy. Ready? Parry. R1. Critical. I can't believe that worked out. So when somebody's about to attack you, you L2, and that parries, and then you heard that sound. Yeah, that sound. And then you R1, and it does a critical. You got iframes when you do that. So this is your Ashen. Oh man, this is a blue Estus flask. Let's check it out. Your regular Estus flask. Oh my god, every time. The undead treasure these dull green flasks. Fill it with Estus at a bonfire to drink to restore HP. The orange one fills HP. The blue one fills mana. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. They usually are basically green. It's when you fill them up they glow. I will probably never use the mana one, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Let's go kill some more guys. This is teaching you to backstab, so you can be kind of creepy up on this guy and hit R1. Oh, and it's a critical backstab. When you circle around somebody, circle, and then try to get a backstab, they call that backstab fishing. We will be doing a lot of that in this game. Kill this guy. Watch out for the arrow coming at you. Block that guy. Kill him. So Dark Souls is all about stamina recovery. Now see, I have 100% physical block shield. It blocked it, but I took a little damage because it's fire. So it didn't block fire all the way. But it did block whatever punishment it would do for put a maggot hole in his belly. Oh my goodness, dude. I was gonna try to parry him, but he got very carried away. Okay. Jump. L3. So jump mechanic is L3. The water slows you down. So your directional buttons, left is your shield. You can turn your shield on and off, or if you have other items. Right is your sword. Down is to flip to your item inventory. If you hold down, it'll instantly go to your health. So if you have a bunch of stuff on your bar and you're in the middle of a boss fight, hold down, you'll go to your thing. Up is your magic spells. I have none right now. Circle. X is confirm. There are these little creatures in the game that give you level up material. They're called crystal lizards. And here is one who's found his revenge. Ouchie. Woo! Lost it, the lock on there. Lock on is R right stick button pressed in. That tail swipe you gotta be careful of. All the while managing stamina. Stamina, stamina, stamina. Two-handed for no reason. Oh, he got me a little bit there. That tail swipe after the roll will really catch you. This is Frost Breath. Frost seems to be kind of new in this game. It slows your stamina down. Unless it wasn't Frost Breath. Alright, time to be gone, yeah. Oh, I thought you died. Whoops. Oh, a nice kick. I love kicking in the middle of a boss fight. That's always fun. Okay, so we got a very important item here. Titanite scale. You level up with Titanite. Okay? This is a scale. Titanite altered by a soul. Reinforces soul transposed weapons up to 4. Weapons forged by the soul transposition can only be reinforced by Titanite of the same kind. In rare cases, crystal lizards devour souls, growing to monstrous proportion and leaving these great scales. So, weapon transposition are boss weapons. So if you get a boss's soul, you can make it into a weapon. Those and unique weapons can only be leveled up by Titanite scales. Scales come from creatures that have, shed the scales, basically. You see my Estus Flask is empty right now. I can't use it. I'm out, which sucks. Here's a nice FromSoft reveal, like they usually do. There's the bell that we heard so much about in the entrance. And that looks like the path leading us down. You can see guys in the distance. Pretty cool. Typically, wherever you look, you can go. And then we get our first bonfire. Bonfires are checkpoints. If you light a bonfire, it becomes a checkpoint. If you die, you'll get back here. If you rest at a bonfire, you regain health, and all the enemies you've killed respawn. And I got a gesture. An emote. Not what I wanted to do. So, you use these to communicate to other players. I am playing offline. So these, when you see these messages are for you to leave. This is, we'll talk about that in a second. So you can write messages like hidden wall here or be careful of ambush. Really awesome for the community to help each other playing. I'm playing offline, I kind of know all the secrets already. Well worth it to play online the second time around so you can learn all the secrets you missed. When you're playing online, you can be invaded by other people. There is kind of a catch to it. You have to be all the way alive. So we have Estus Flask, fire bombs, which are just basically more explosive. What? Biscuit? More powerful bisque. Urn filled with special black powder explodes, inflicting great fire damage. This is your dark sign. Your dark sign will warp you back to a bonfire or the shrine. However, you lose all your souls. The dark sign is a sign of an accursed undead. The dark sign returns its buried to the last bonfire rested at, or the bonfire of the firelight shrine, but at a cost. Carriers of the dark sign are reborn after death and eventually lose their mind, turning hollow. And it is so they are driven from their homelands. So when you're hollow, it means you're dead. Do you gain a dark sign? Dark signs are the curse of humans. Do you gain that when you die? Are you born with it? I'm not sure. Kill a few guys there. This guy. I'm gonna try to parry this guy. Ready? Miss. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna try to kill both of these guys. I'm dead. So fast. Alright, well, I'm getting ready to play this game. This is an ambush. So he has his shield up, for the most part, and if you can get around the archer, there's a nice nifty little trick. When somebody has their shield up all the time, kick, and then R1. Nice! So that kick is very powerful for those who remember to use it. And then right here, this is the tutorial area, they give you fire bombs. So I got black fire bombs for starting, but they give you fire bombs. There's always a reason for items to be around the area. You kind of gotta put your thinking cap on. I love that about Dark Souls. I love typically the interconnected level design. I love the way the environment will tell you what to do, and you know, typically they give you items to help with what you're doing. So this is me, and I'm basically dead. Or no, I'm alive because I look pretty good. I would be all craggly. There's an item right there. It's hard to see, but we're going to try our jump mechanic. I took my armor off so I'd be lighter. Jump! And we get a Titanite shard. Oh my goodness. Titanite shards for weapon reinforcement. Reinforces weapon up to +3. Shards are fragments of slabs. So, upgrade material. And now we have plunging attack. See, this whole area was to teach you how to play the game. Teach you that plunging attacks. Teach you how to parry. This guy's just chilling. You hit R1. And you wreck his day. Here's another archer. You just kind of sidestep and then maggot hole in his... That was more in the hip. Alright, I'm kind of hurt. Those guys did a number on me trying to play around. So I'm going to actually restore my health at the bonfire. And if we can so easily There's mechanics like counter hits do more damage and stuff like that. I don't know. Some of the stuff goes over my head. But we can make do with the basics. So, not a bad run back to... Oh yeah, jumping attack. So, forward R1... Forward R1 is the kick. Forward R2 is a jumping attack, which, man, I love. If you can nail it, it's really good in PvP. Yucky. Yucky. Player versus player. We love PvE. Player versus environment. So here we come to an anonymous? Nope. A formidable looking statue. Really cool looking arena. You got an open edge here. I wonder if you could cheese them off this edge. Probably really difficult. There's the tower we need to get to. Nice little water effect just to be cinematic. He's got a giant Halpert, Jim Halpert, and something growing out of his back. Dude, that looks like you need some Dr. Pimple Popper. Remove sword. This cannot go wrong at all, can it? He's a boss. We're gonna get some few cheap hits right here. Watch our stamina. Lock on, back up. Edict's Gundyr. Here we go. He's the champion that, well, I guess he's not a champion. He's the guardian of the fire. He doesn't let just any old undead get by. You gotta be good. Grab attack, 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 attack. Dodge. Oh, he nailed me on that one. Battery level low, that's not good. Get up in it. Attack, attack, attack. He's turning into something. So this is the Pussy Man. Oh god. But we got the fire bombs. And he's strong. Oh no. Ouchie. Man, that takes a long time to throw those. Oh my god. Panic rolling. Roll under, back up, switch back to fire bombs. I got one off, okay. So the fire bombs are supposed to make the fight easier, but I kind of... wasn't doing very good. Alright, so check this out. Boom. Ember restored. So that's the big mechanic, right? Coiled sword. The big mechanic is, you can see now I'm kind of on fire. I got this embery look to me. My health is way bigger. I am truly alive now. If you die, you lose this ember, and you have to run at a quarter of your health, or like a percentage of your health. The trick is, it's easy to run around and be alive, but you can also be invaded. So if you want to not be invaded, you got to give up being whole. And the game automatically did that for us to show us the difference. There are items you can pick up called embers. We picked up, it's not a weapon, it's a key item. Coiled sword. Sword missing from its shrine bonfire. Cannot be equipped as a weapon. Thrust it into the shrine bonfire to restore its power and enable travel between bonfires. This sword is only bequeathed to the chosen Ash as judged by Edicts, who awaits the arrival of Ash as a scabbard. So he sits there with that coil in him, waiting for a chosen Ash to beat him and press on. There are no items in this arena, so we will tag this bonfire. Yeah, the black fire bombs I usually use. I back up and throw them at them, but I was kind of slow at the animation of throwing. I'm playing Dark Souls 3. I just Platinum Scholar the first since. I'm used to very slow plotting combat. It might take a little while to get used to. So bear with me if I have some ugly fights. We open these doors, animation, animation. There's nothing on the doors. Look at those god rays. The light shining down. Alright, let's get after it. Broken straight sword. A straight sword with a broken blade, a weapon with no exceptional qualities, only a mad hollow would choose to fight with this. So basically it is a broken sword. It's kind of for challenge runs, like I'm going to beat the whole game with a broken sword. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but it has been done. Get wrecked. Here's a first item we can pick up, or one of the first items we get. Homeward Bone. A very basic item. Let's read the description of it here. Bone fragment reduced to white ash. Return to last bonfire used for resting or at the shrine. Bonfires are sustained by bones of the undead. Bonfires are made out of bones of the undead. In rare cases, their previous owners have a strong urge to seek bonfires. This will take you back to a bonfire without losing your souls. The dark sign makes you lose your souls, but it's always there. The homeward bones are items that run out. There's a little sleeping pit of guys right here. We'll kill. Block that fire arrow and get it up. Alright, we got both of them. Double kill. Oh, and look, Fading Soul. Typically they drop Fading Souls, but I got a Cleric's Sacred Chime. What's cool is enemies will drop their clothes, they'll drop their weapons, they'll drop, but it's all kind of, randomized. So it's really awesome when you get a unique drop. I'm not planning on using miracles. Cleric's Sacred Chime, but now we can. This is a caster for miracles. You see down the bottom, it has A scaling and faith, and you need 14 faith to use it. Sacred chimes for casting miracles of the gods. Chimes such as these are often given to clerics who become undead. Equip a talisman or a sacred chime to cast miracles. Miracles must be attuned at a bonfire before use. So, that's a nice little item we just learned about. There is one guy who is just... Is he not chilling anymore? Oh, doggo. So, these are the dogs. They're very fast, they're very aggressive. A lot of people don't like them. In Dark Souls 3, they warp, they follow you everywhere. The easiest way I like to deal with a dog is see how my 100% block shield bounces them off? I just let them attack, and then slap, slap, bad doggy. Sit, ubu, sit. And Ember. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the item that allows you to become, whole. No unkindled can ever truly claim the embers that burn within the champion's bosom, which is precisely what makes their yearning for warmth so keen. Gain the strength of flame and increase max HP. With the strength of fire, the summoning signs of unkindled become visible, and seekers of embers can be joined in jolly cooperation. So I can summon people and I can be invaded while I'm embered. If I'm not, then you just get nothing. You get left alone. I could have swore there was a dude. I always miss him. Where is it? Maybe he's up a little ways? Okay. Ragdoll, Havoc Engine. No, guys, just fall over. A little bit of levity in an otherwise dark game. Hey, he dropped another one. So now we have two. Great. Not so special now. Another Ember. Embers and Homeward Bones, I believe, is what we get in this opening area. Homeward Bone. This is where we were, where that dog was. I could have swore there's a guy who stands... There he is. He's always hard to find because I think I go past him. But this poor dude, he's just chilling, checking out the view. I mean, it's a pretty view. I messed that up because I wanted to kick, and it didn't look as funny. So, I'm not even going to say my "this is Sparta" joke that I wanted. Alright, let's get to the shrine. 7,000 souls. Firelink Shrine. So Firelink Shrine is the original shrine in Dark Souls 1 where it's your basic, not so much hub world, but it's where you collect all your NPCs to help you, where you do your majority of, like, kind of relaxing. And this is the Firekeeper.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
So, she said she's here to help. She wants the lords back to their thrones. If we look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thrones. Somebody's already sitting in one, but the lords have to come back.
Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls.
To be unkindled is a vessel for souls.
Soulless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls. Plucked
She
from
wants
their
souls
vessels.
to help you level up.
Ashen One, to I'm Ashen.
Firekeepers are inherently blind. I guess it's so they don't get tempted by the fire. So we're gonna level up.
Then
We
touch
got
the
some
people
souls.
nourished.
We beat... What's his name? So you have Vigor, which is your HP. Attunement, which is your magic. Or your FP magic. Hello, little one. Endurance is your stamina. Vitality is your equip load. Strength is your strength weapons. Dexterity is your dexterity weapons. Intelligence is your sorcery. Magic. Faith is your miracles. And luck is item find. And bleeding and poison damage. We have good strength and dexterity. We have really good vitality and vigor. Good job. What I like to do is I like to level out faith and intelligence to 10. Because that means the characters in the game who teach you intelligence and faith will talk to you. A lot of times you'll run into a sorcerer and you'll have 6 intelligence and he'll be like, oh, you're an idiot. And you can't ever get him to come back. Not if you're ever going to use it, it's not a big deal, but we're kind of collecting everything. I'll get my luck up to 10 as well. And then I'll put a 1 into health. So you see, we're spending 6,000 souls. It takes 1,600 to level up. I have 13 right now. I wonder if I can get a little more.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Farewell, Ashen One.
May the flames guide thee.
Okay, may the flames guide thee. Every Souls game typically has a crestfallen warrior. This guy looks pretty crestfallen to me.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions.
Conniptions.
And they'd have us seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their
Molten thrones.
But we're talking true legends with the metal to link the fire.
True legends
We're not fit to
with the
lick their
metal to
boots.
link the fire. So he's worried. He's supposed to be sent. He gives me collapse. Nice. What a weak-minded.
Don't you think?
So this guy is broken, basically. He's crestfallen. He's sad. He can't fathom killing all these lords and bringing them back.
What a sick joke.
thinks it's a
Asking
sick
us
joke.
to seek the Lord's talking.
So he'll give us a little bit of insight in the world as we go along. This place will fill up with NPCs. That's the Firekeeper. She's waifu of the game. We have a handmaiden. Surprisingly, they're from Dark Souls 2.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spell. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give Ashen One fetch souls and prizes I want.
So she basically is a shop right here in the Firelink. So you can sell items from the beginning, which is really awesome because in the other games you can't. And in Dark Souls 2 you have to actually find one merchant that will buy stuff. And here you can sell right to her. You can purchase items. So she has embers. She sells embers. They are hard to come by. Repair powder repairs your equipment. Some poison cure, fire bombs. Prism stones are stones that you drop and they glow. It's to mark your path. Homeward bone. This is a white soapstone, so this will leave your co-op sign. I'm gonna buy it. I'm probably not gonna play co-op, but I'm gonna buy it. Dried fingers lets you get invaded easier, and then this is an interesting key. Key to the decrepit tower behind Firelink Shrine, which leads to the Bell Tower. The Bell Tower is the grave of the Firekeepers of the past. When a Firekeeper has served her purpose, she is led to true darkness, where she enjoys a long, diverse sleep. So they go die in a pile in the tower. That sounds great. And she got some spells, a couple basic weapons, miracle, talisman banana, a catalyst. I'm going to buy the torch. This is, I believe, the only place in the game you can get a torch. It might be a drop somewhere else. It kind of is like a weapon. In Dark Souls 2, it would automatically equip and you had a timer. There's no timer in this one. It's just a torch. Shields and arrows.
Ashen One, if my wares are not to thy satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With ash,
So this is
I'll
interesting.
fashion new wares.
She said if her wares are not enough for her,
Is it
bring her
not our
umbral
soul
ash.
fate?
Sup on death. I don't know what that means, lady.
Ashen One.
She wants souls. She wants souls. But if you bring her ashes, her inventory will expand, and it's pretty cool because they hide them throughout the game. So it's like if you get far enough here, we want you to have this equipment. And typically she'll have boss armor towards the end of the game. Pretty awesome. And then we see an old friend here, the blacksmith from Dark Souls 1. And if you think he's awesome looking and oh he's so HD, that's because his mouth is moving. And that is just a callback because in the original game, he was the only one to have an animated mouth, and it's just been the same way ever since.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre.
Andre.
I serve at
Original
the
G.
shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
So there's a lot you can do with Andre, and he'll tell you all about it.
Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large, but when overused, they'll eventually break. When their durability is low, repair becomes a necessity.
So he can
Use
repair
a powder,
your
or
weapons.
simply rest at a bonfire.
Or you can rest at a bonfire, or use
Bring them me.
repair powder.
I'll hammer them back into shape. They take no pleasure, so handle them with care, if you will. There are two ways to smith weapons.
There are two ways to smith
Simple
weapons.
Reinforcement is one, and infusion the other. Reinforcement is straightforward. It strengthens a weapon without altering its property. Infusion is a more advanced form of smithing that infuses an element. Reinforcement requires titanite. And
Titanite
infusion
requires gems. Pretty interesting. So
Bring
there's
the
two ways to
stones,
do it.
And I'll do the smithing.
One is just basic Titanite. You get a +1, a +2, a +3 weapon. The other one is infusions. You get a chaos gem, and it makes your weapon a chaos weapon. A fire gem, and makes your weapon a fire weapon. I don't like that typically because it splits the damage. Like, say you had 200 on a sword, and you gave it fire, now it's 100 damage, 100 fire. Maybe somebody you're fighting is not weak to fire. I like just taking it straight the way it should. Another matter.
Infusing weapons with gems requires a special...
You have to find the coals for him to do certain ones.
Won't be any use infusing more unusual gems. I know, it's an awful shame, but it's all I have. Oh, please don't give me that look. Believe it or not, I'm quite thin-skinned.
I highly doubt that, Andre. So, he can reinforce your weapon, infuse it, repair it, allot Estus. So this is pretty cool. You take your Estus to him. I don't know why you don't do it at the bonfire, but whatever. You can give yourself more mana, you can give yourself more health. If you're a mage, you might split it down the middle. I'm going to do all health. And then he'll talk about reinforcing. You give him shards to have more Estus.
Oh, by the way, if you find any Estus shards, bring them here. They can be used to reinforce. Without those flasks, and they'll always...
Okay. So we learned a lot from him. And I don't have anything to upgrade. It takes 2, I guess, to upgrade. Prithee, be careful. So what I love about Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, and Dark Souls 3, everybody wants you to survive. Everybody wants you to carry out the task. Don't you go dying on me, you got a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you. They want you to live. In Dark Souls 2, it's like, you're gonna die, ha 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 ha. And this is a hard world, and they want you to succeed. I like that a lot. We see the thrones here. Okay, there's more of this castle to explore, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hook up the... I'm going to rest. Oh, goodness. You can travel, you can attune your magic, you can organize a bottomless box, and then burn undead bone shards. Bone shards are hidden throughout the world, and they make your Estus give you more health back. So you can have 5 Estus shard plus 2, which is like, I have 5 Estus to drink, and it's, you know, twice as powerful. There is a certain guy that, before this stream ends, I would like to show you. So we come over here, kill these guys so they won't mess with us. And then if you turn around, in this tree, east-west shield. So I guess if you start without a shield, which I don't know if anybody does, you can go and get this shield. A wooden shield decorated with the ancient symbol of the two-headed eagle, close to a small size in shields. Wooden shields are light, manageable, and offer relatively high magic absorption. So it's good for magic, pretty much nothing else. 70 magic, 55 physical. Ugh, throw that in the garbage. Alright, so we're going to come to our first NPC, non-playable character. They act and move like your characters you would. This is a quick way to get the katana. He is really fast, and he has a lot of HP, and he causes bleeding. He is known as the Master. So, this is what a PvP fight would look like. A lot of rolling and R1 spamming. He's really tough. Yeah, he got me though. I wonder if I can try to parry him. Nope. So he killed me. And typically he's going to kill a lot of everybody. You can try to fish for backstabs and everything like that. I'm going to show you an easy way to kill him. That no man is stronger than. Let's go. Sadly, there is a little bit of loading. So they want you to kind of do everything in Firelink, so they don't really load the outside world. They think you're just going to warp. But when there is loading, it's this. At first it was confusing. Oh, is there a boss? Looks like boss fog. But no, it just blocks you from going out. Alright, so... So if you come up to this guy, and don't fall... Uh-oh. I might have messed it up already. I did. I'm sorry, guys. So, gravity. Gravity works. Now, I think I was a little late coming up here. 2,000 souls. He just died. So, if you come and you kind of rush this corner right here, he'll jump at you and fall right there. I kind of screwed it up, but you can hit him off. Oh my goodness, look at my HP. I have 3 HP. That's what he left me with. Souls retrieved. So this is your bloodstain. When you die, you leave a bloodstain. And that's where your souls are kept, and if you make it back there, you get your souls back. If you die before you get back there, you lose your souls. And when you play online, they're all over the world, and you can hit them, and they'll show you the character and how they die. They don't show you what killed it, but they'll show you like, oh, getting killed. This is locked. But there's a treasure in there. And this is the big tower, the big bell tower. So that guy dropped, and we got souls from him, but I'm pretty sure typically NPCs drop really cool things. So we're going to save and quit. I'm slow at it now, but...
You lost all your base, babe. Sorry. You gotta find some. You threw the one in the car.
That's long load times. So yeah, save and quit, and the item that he dropped would be right here. Uchikatana, Master's Attire, and Master's Gloves. Terribly worn shirt. Men are fond of weaving tales to explain the raggedness of their garb. My sixth sense warned me of danger, and I danced between the flurries of blades. Unscathed, but alas, my clothes went to tatters. So... I want to say in dark... What's weird is I still have that long underwear. I guess that's the knight's attire. Is that long underwear underneath? In Dark Souls 3, there used to be a thing where you had to have equipment in every slot. And if you didn't, you took extra damage. I don't know if that's still the case. They might have patched it out, but it was really lame. Real lame. And then this is a way to get the katana real early in the game. A dex weapon, it scales with dex C16. A unique katana characterized by the fine craftsmanship of the Eastern Lands. You always hear about the Eastern Lands. Where is it? Where it was forged. The finely sharpened blade cuts flesh like butter and causes bleeding, but breaks easily. I don't have enough dex to wield it, but so I needed 16 dex, but if you two-hand, I want to say you only need 8. So I can effectively two-hand this weapon. Maybe, maybe not. So it's got some up and down slashes. It's got a nice... That's a high slash. One hand, real slow. It's way faster. I'm just not... And then that's a thrust. So, if you like katanas, make yourself a dex build and get after it. So, from killing him, we got a good amount of souls. We got a nice, cool weapon. I don't really want the tattered rags. Leave those on the ground. Let's see, what time is it? I have 2 minutes. I wonder if I can... This is the upper area. And this right here is a Dark Souls 2 reference. A giant tree. And under here, you examine it. Let's see here. Oh, it's hard to do. A seed of a giant tree is yet to fall. So if you get invaded and kill the invader, this tree will drop a seed of the giant tree. And what that does is you use it, and anybody who invades you, typically they got free reign to hunt you down. But if you use a seed of the giant tree, it makes every enemy in the game also be hostile to them. So here we see this is the Firelink Shrine. There's a ladder right there. Soul of a deserted corpse. This is also locked. So the handmaiden sold this key. But we can try... I don't know if I have enough time. I remember this tree looked a little fishy when I first played this game. And you find things throughout the community. But I remember trying and doing this on my very own, and it made me feel pretty good. I'm obviously sucking at it right now. But you can run off of this tree onto the roof. And right now I'm not doing so well. And I'm running out of time, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and rest at the bonfire. Rest of the bonfire. I guess I should level up real quick. Let's level up real quick.
Very well. Then take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Let's get a little more dex. Oh, I can only do it once. There's a weapon that I will need extra dex for, so we'll do it one time. Thank you, Firelink.
May the flame.
And let's travel to the first area of the game. And then that's where we'll stop. Travel to the High Wall of Lothric. It doesn't tell you anything about it. And you cannot go farther in the game until you warp. So you have to find the coiled sword, prove that you are the chosen. Well, you're not chosen undead. You're unkindled ash. Chosen ash? Ass? I don't know. Not sure. The loading screens tell you different items, but in Demon Souls they have giant pictures of the NPCs, and I kind of like that. So here we are, and this is unique. It's a coiled sword and a Lord Vessel. Lord Vessel is what you put all your souls into in the first game to go ahead to get to the end of the game. Here we go, open this door. And we've reached the High Wall of Lothric. And there's our first bonfire. But right now, I'll say see you later. Until next time, peace out.